welcome back to the channel. In this video, I am going to show you technology here that's good for your car. This is a 3-port, it's basically a cigarette light. They call it a cigarette lighter splitter, but I don't have a cigarette lighter. I have a 12-volt plug, so this will work. As you can see, I have this one. I got this at Walmart several years ago. It's been good, but I wanted something that had built-in USB ports. As you can see, I had to add these. So that's what I'm going to replace it with this. This, on the other hand, is an inverter. This goes into my 12-volt plug, and it inverts the power from 12 volts DC to 110 AC. Here's where it is on the same path as a computer. The power supply on the computer converts AC to DC. This does it the other way around, and it's inverting because you're doing it backwards. So, to get started here, I am going to disconnect my old 12-volt source here. This is when I have a air pump that came when I bought my car. And this, I leave out just for that. These are two USB port add-ins. So here's how this works. Let me zoom out a little bit more here. There we go. So I'm going to open this up. And this is what the product looks like. Now, they do come with 10 amp fuses, but I'm assuming these are the type of fuses you find in older cars, like the 60s, 50s, and all that. So this is what the product looks like. So if I take it out here, we'll do a little more view here. So you have 3 of these, which is what this port is in my center console here. What's nice about this one is each of these have their own switch. So I could turn it on or off. Now, what's nice about this, it has a digital readout, as you can see here, so I know what my voltage is. So it's also the power button. Now, before you hook this up, I'm going to show you something on the box. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera where the exclamation point is. One of them says keep power off when starting your car. Why is that? I'm a car guy as well. There's something called cranking amps for your battery. And the more you have on when you try to start it, the more amps it's going to use. Now the problem is, if you strain, because it's very stressful when you start your car on the battery. So what would happen is you would basically destroy your battery, and then you would have to go get a new one. So here's how this is going to work. I am going to put it right here. But first, we're going to plug it in. And it works. Now I have no power to it right now because my car is totally off, so let's... Alright, it's booting. So I have 12.6 volts, which is fine. My car will actually start 12.5 now. So it got its reading because this is on. So when I do this, that's on, off, off, off. I have my phone here. Put the phone here. and we'll see if it charges. Alright, so I take it, plug it in to USB port. Alright, it's charging. Take it out. Charging. Take it out. Charging. Take it out. Charging. Take it out. So now I'm going to see if these have power. And I'm going to use this right here. So here's what I do. I'm going to put that on top of my phone there. I don't like doing that, but for right now it'll be okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is plug that in. You should hear it sound. Alright, it's off. Alright, there we go. You don't hear anything because it's off. There we go. Don't hear anything because it's off. There we go. Now, if you look closely here, I'm not sure if you can see it, when I turn it on, it drops to 12.4. When I turn it off, it goes back to 12.5. That's good for my car's battery, which means it's holding a charge. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it off, obviously, because I don't want to waste my car's battery. So this is turned off now. So what I want to do just bear with me for a second. These are not easy to get off. Well, anyway, I'll do this after the video because it's going to take too long to do. What I want to do is put it like right here. So then this way I could just power it on with no issue. But for right now, I'm just going to put it in here. So that's good. So now I have another thing that I would like to show. This is the inverter. So we're going to open this up and pull that out. And this is what it looks like. So this also has USB ports, and it also has standardized house plugs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect my cigarette lighter splitter there, and we're going to hook this up. And it's on, so I'm going to turn it off. And as you see, it has a little fan in there because it'll get hot converting to power. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to plug my phone back in its charger, and we're going to see if it charges. You should hear the sound. There we go. There we go. Now I'm going to check the USB ports. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So obviously I'm going to turn this off because it's using my battery. There we go. Charger turns off too. I'm going to disconnect that. I will put it in my glove box. So with all these I got from Amazon. And this is also technology that you could use. And it all deals with USB ports and all that. So that's why I wanted to show this. So, yes, it's just for charging only, but it does work. So I'm going to put Alright, so now I'm going to start my car here, and we're going to see what happens. So it's 12 volts. .1. And if you look at this, it went up to 15.1. Now, this is just checking right here. As you can hear, my car is running. So, what's also nice about this is if I'm having some electrical problem around here, it'll also tell me. So, right, so turn it off. Now, normally that would be an overcharge on the alternator if I had this. Alright, so turn that off. Alright, so with that said, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.